Hey Christian, best all-around game of the season? Best game of the season so far?
I think we did well. The first half we play better with the ball. Second half we play better without the ball. We credit to Columbus, which is a very good team with very good players. And but in the first half, I thought that we created more, but we were a little bit more open centrally in the central zone. So we decided to change the way we were pressing, and we made it difficult for them to play this central combination. The one time they did, they scored a goal that thankfully was offside. But we knew how good they are when they bring inside players like Zelarayan and all the quality players they have when they have on the bench Nagbe. We know that they are a team that can find this central combination. So we want them to go wide, and then we know how to deal with crosses. So in that sense, yes, I still would like to see us a little bit better all around when we will defend like the second half and play like the first half.
Talking about that defensive commitment, Kerwin was playing great for you guys today.
Everyone, Camille the same at the back as a winger. I think that Kerwin is becoming more and more a complete player. I just spoke with him now about that. I'm very proud of his development because before, obviously being a young player, he was more looking at the attacking side of the game. But in the modern game, you have to be able to do both. You have to do both.
Did he get hurt towards the end?
Yeah, he looked tired to me in a couple of situations where he normally would be first on the ball, even though he played against Moreira and Farsi, that they are two very good players technically and also athletically. But I think Kerwin normally is quite sharp physically. He lost a couple of duels that to me were an indication of being tired. And then Mackenzie on the bench, and I know Mackenzie is a good worker. He can work on both sides of the ball, with the ball and without. And I thought that we needed that fresh legs.
Coach, the team has come out with pressure before, but tonight there seemed to be a greater sense of urgency and purpose in what they were doing. The marking and group play was much better. Was this something that you said to them before the match, or was this something that you?
No, it's something, Steve. This is something that the team gets better with the work. So we worked in the last few weeks about defending as a block as well as pressing high. And remember that the defenders we have built just arrived after pre-season, so he didn't have enough time to come to terms with all the principle of play. You can see how well he played today. And the last two games, Bill for me has been really outstanding. The use he does with the ball, and he's a good communicator. But also he moves now well. Apart from when we went five in the last 5 minutes, he made me angry because he didn't slide, and he should have gone. So that was tactically something that we were talking about. That, but apart from that, I think now you can see that he understands better and better, and the work that we do on a weekly basis, it pays off. I think that the guys, I hear a lot of nonsense about these guys, honestly. And, you know, we came out of the last 5 games where we had one defeat, one bad second half in Salt Lake, and it looked like we are in a crisis mode. But the reality is, in the last 6 games, we won 2 and draw 3. So I think these boys, you have to give credit to these guys, that they are fighting, they are playing against good teams and giving them a game. Whether we can play with the ball as much as we would like, and sometimes we don't, because you come against an opposition which is really well organized with very good players. So you have to defend, and when you have to defend, you defend. So because we had a bad second half in Salt Lake, it looked like a crisis. For me, I see a team that is growing. I see a team that when we have to play, we play. When we have to defend, we defend. So I am very proud of these guys. I back them up. I want to focus 100% in improving our team. This is my aim, nothing else.
And just speaking like George Marks, who was on the spot, in defense, a great shot stopper. Last time everybody wanted to reduce his performance to one play.
Yeah.
But this time.
Yeah, but this is
You can
what,
speak to his-
yeah, absolutely, Steve. This is what you know. You win a game, you're good. You lose a game, you're bad. But we have to analyze performances. It's not just that. And he played well. He made a mistake because he's young. And how do we learn as human beings is by making mistakes. So do we allow him mistakes? Of course you do. You have to allow. He played well. And one moment, of course, we would have took more points like we deserved. We deserved 6 points in the last 2 games. We get 4. But because of that, we have a better player. We have a guy that went through something difficult. He responded with personality, he responded with intelligence, and the team supported him. So I think we have to live with these kind of mistakes. Today, he played well again. He, not just with by saving shots, which is an important part of the ball of the game. He came out for crosses better than I've seen him doing until now, and he played well with when we build him from the back. And we also had, part of the game that was on the wind. So, listen again. I want to focus on our boys, and I listen to what people say, but to a point.
His confidence is still strong.
Very strong. He's a very strong-minded guy, and we have few like that in the roster. But they are young, and we have to. We made mistakes in the past, and we move on together. We own the mistake of everybody.
So last year you talked a lot more about identity and the identity of the team, and I know this year,
I still do.
but it's been a little less. I wanted to know, after a game like this, what do you think the team's identity is? What you want it to be? I know this is 3 parts, and how do you think they lived up to that tonight?
The identity of the team, we want to play attacking football as much as we can. We want to build from the back, and we want to create chances. But the identity of every team is to recognize which phase of the game you are. So when you have to defend, you defend, like we did today. And I want to spend 2 words towards Carol and Enzo, because I've seen them play the best game so far together. I've seen Carol play well, I've seen Enzo play well, but playing well together, which means defensively, because we asked them to do a different work in the second half, which they did, and also to look for each other, and they created chances for each other. So, and this is also something that's why I think our team is growing, because the defenders and the midfielders don't mind to work when you know that the 2 players up front, that for us are huge players because of the status they have. They are there to create and to fight. So when these 2 play well together, I think we all get a kick, and this is for us one of the most positive notes of this game.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you, Coach.
Caleb?
I just wanted to ask you real quick about just the feeling in the locker room when you guys feel about the first home win.
Great. We felt that we should have won last game. And the feeling is great, obviously, because I know how much they work. I told in the press during the week how much they train with intensity. And it's great to see them, getting the reward here and to give the fans good time. This is always our aim, to get this place going, because we know how much these supporters can mean to us and how much they can give to the team. But in order to do that, we have to fuel this energy. So the feeling is great, but I thought what we did well today is to do the simple things well. We need to keep doing the simple things well, defensively, offensively, and then we can go far.
One more question. Enzo didn't get a goal today, but he put in quite a shift on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
What do you say to fans who maybe criticize him for not scoring goals?
Nothing, because if they, what do you want me to say? Nothing. I think that there are also a lot of fans. For me, we follow too much people that are vocal, but they are not the majority. The majority of fans that I see, they are with the team, they respect the team, but there are so many that they are, and there are so many that they are positive. And then there is also a minority that they are vocal, and then we listen nothing. To the one that they support Enzo and the team, we say, thank you very much, and we will do everything for you. To the one that they only see goals, nothing, whatever. Okay.
Yazdi had the last couple of games been very important to this team. What are maybe some differences that you're noticing in this second year versus?
More mature. I think it's a good question. I think that I didn't speak about Camille, that today is also his birthday. So the boys wanted to give him a special gift, and they did. Camille is a player that is growing, like Erwin. I think we are blessed to have with Mackenzie 3 very good wingers, and Camille is more complete player. He works hard with the ball. He works hard without the ball. He's learning certain things that he needs to do without the ball. But what he gives us, he has got this special character. He has got a lot of grit, this guy. And I love that because he's a guy that goes and fights for every ball. And I can see his main improvement is tactical. So now I think he's a more complete player, and I think he's only starting what he can do. He had the chance to score when Adil flicked the ball on the corner. He should have been a little bit more cold. This is something that I want him to develop, to be a little bit more colder in those moments in the last third, because he has different solutions in his repertoire. He can come inside, he can go out and cross, and he can also. I think that we are just seeing 40-50% of what, in my opinion, is capable of doing.
Well, last one to Mike.
Back to George. You talked about how well he played and bounced back. How much did he need a game like this to forget Colorado and get back to himself?
It's obviously great. It's obviously great for him, but you can tell from the first few minutes what a good guy he is, and what a good guy. I mean, what a good player and what good personality he has, because he's starting to play with his chest up, playing long balls. The accurate one, he played straight away a long ball behind the back line of Columbus. We knew that for as good as they are, they don't like to be turned over. And so we tried to play the ball behind them more today than we would normally do. And he was instrumental at the beginning to set the tone for that. Also, he came out. Also, we knew that if we don't let this central combination to them, they try to play these diagonal balls behind our fullback. So he knew that he has to be alert. So many situations that mimic the mistake that he did against Colorado. And so for him to wait for those moments and to execute, I think it was huge. For that, we can see what kind of personality he has.
I want to sleep well tonight, Coach.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You're right. I mean, I don't sleep very well when we don't have a good result. You're right. And I don't live well the next day either. So my family being here is fantastic because I can be totally relaxed. Even though we train tomorrow and we have to get ready for Tuesday, because for us it's a huge game as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank
See
you.
Tuesday.